All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Indianapolis Colts. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touch. Back, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
On 1st and 10, Banks. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And another timeout taken by the Colts. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Second and 5. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point safely through. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
47's the mark, boys. 47. Check, 47. Let's go, team.
Off the play fake. Thanks. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On third down, Banks. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, Banks. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy.
Operating from the gun, Banks. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Man, I got you. 22, Jet, Rama. 22, Jet, Rama. Let's go, D.
On 4th down, Banks. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down. On 1st down, Banks. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Point after up and good. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the 1st half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
23 yards the pickup there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up a throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Bandit. Mike 22. Watch the court.
From the gun, Banks. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Mike 22. Army.
Looking to throw on second down. Banks. And the pressure gets to him again. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 45. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
First down, Saints.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Motion. Ready.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They'll set up the throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is third and 10. Looking to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Brian Burns coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
52's and Mike. Watch Mike. Go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down at the 2. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Cameron Jordan made the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up second.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Mike 22. I'm coming after you. Mike 22.
To throw on second down. Banks. Yeah, quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Operating from the gun. Banks. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll run it now out of the gun. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. The Colts on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. On 4th down, Banks. Wide open receiver, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Watch left. It's a party now. Like 22.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after here coming up. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
First down, New Orleans.
Right back to him on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
On second down now, Swift. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
That's it, baby.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. Swift. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? Because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves them with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw and give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Final score now on our NFL scoreboard. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. On 2nd down, Swift. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now this offense is staying put. They're just 1 for 4 in these situations so far, but they're going again on 4th down. He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Now they try the right side here, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout out.